Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. How you guys doing? Let me sit down. Let me put my camera down so I can make sure I can see you guys. There we go. Okay, you guys, I'm kind of starting a new series on my channel. And as you guys saw the title, Collage Your Way to Happiness. So it's going to be called Collage Happy. Because you guys know I love collage, and collage makes me, I'm like, why do I love collage so much? And the reason I love it so much, it makes me happy. It relaxes me. It's creative. It's in the whole mixed media range where I can do my mixed media, but always include a massive part of it will be the collage. So anyway, so what I'm going to try to do every week is at least once a week, do a, collage paper technique with you, and then do a collage either on a substrate like a piece of canvas or in one of my art journals. So, and we may do more than that, but at least once a week do one technique of making collage papers and do a collage with you, like I said, in an art journal or any substrate that I want to put it on. Okay, let me just make sure that you guys, there's enough light in here. Just a second. Let me stand up and make sure that what you guys are seeing. Yeah, there's enough light. Okay, so these are making collage papers with magazines. And it's fabulous, you guys. I love it. It's grungy. It's my style. Aimie Bishop. I learned this from her a year or two ago. And then I've put my own spin on it now, too. So if you ever watch her, you'll have seen this, but like I said, I put my own little spin on it, and my chair is so rankety. I hope I don't fall out of this chair. Okay, a screw fell out of my chair, and yeah, that needs to go back in there. Ooh, I feel like I could just fall to the ground. Okay, anyway, I want to show you some of the ones I've done, okay? And these are all, look at this. It's nothing but a magazine. See? So I've done this all with magazine. Isn't this fabulous? It's super grungy and all of that. Everything I love. You know, I want to bring this down so I can make sure I can see. You guys, nothing's ever the same until you turn on this camera. Believe me, I went through this with trying to organize this camera before I came on, so sorry about that. Okay, so this is what we're going to make, and you make them on magazines. Isn't that just ingenious? When I saw her do these, I was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed. Okay, and like I said, I've done my, and this again was just a magazine, see? I've done my own, I have done my own spin on the technique. That's real grungy. And again, just a magazine. You know, if I bring this back, perfect. That was it. All right. Look how cool this, I love how beautiful grungy this is. Fabulous. Okay. So I'm just showing you some samples of ones I've done. And if you want to keep these, and you can use these and rip these up and put them in your collages, which is, you know, why we're making these, to put these in your collages, and they work beautifully. But especially your favorite ones, go put them on the printer and print them out. So you make your own printables. So if you love that, you always have it. Okay, you can still use this one, rip it up and use it, but make printables. Everything I love, I make a printable out of. And again, see, look, it was just an old magazine. Okay, so let me put these away and get set up, and we will start making some of these type of collage papers. So just a second. All right, you guys, I'm all set up, and I even fixed my chair. I'm so proud of myself because normally I take my chair to my husband, but this time I said, okay, Angela, you can do this. So I took my, I went and got the right screwdriver. It's not those regulars, those specialty screwdrivers. Anyway, I took them and I did it myself. I am so proud of myself. I don't think I've ever tightened my own chair. I've always taken it to my husband. Isn't that ridiculous? Okay, let's start. We're going to do 2 of them. So we're going to use this magazine page here and this magazine page. The only criteria that you want for your, not to burn the house down, the only criteria you want for your magazine is there to be color, okay? Have lots of color on there. Doesn't matter what the colors are. Everything's going to change. Okay, so, and you need one of these sand blocks from Dollar Tree. And I need to get myself another one. I used to have a couple of them. And you need a stencil of some sort. And the requirements for your stencil just needs to have, so it has nice open areas, okay? Don't have them too small because you want to see this. So you're going to put the magazine underneath your magazine image, and you're just going to sand with your sander, with the sanding block. If you only have a piece of sandpaper, you can use that too, of course, but it's a lot easier with a sanding block. And I need to get some more sanding blocks from Dollar Tree. You know what? Let me write that down somewhere. I have 20 million lists. I need a list for all my lists that I have. That's... And for someone who has 20 million list pads, you can never find one. Okay, let me just write that down. Dollar Tree sander. Because, you know, if you don't write that down, you will never remember. Isn't this a cute little list pad? Dollar Tree. A long time ago. I seen that. I was like, oh, yes, ma'am. Got to have that. Okay, let me put this list over here. Hopefully I won't lose it. And let's begin again. This is the first part. And if you get a couple holes in it, perfect. You're not trying to put holes, but if some holes come into it, you're creating like a grungy collage paper. So, and what you're doing right now is you're taking the shine off, but more importantly, you're putting the design of this stencil in here. So that's your first layer of doing this, okay? And you know, even though this is just whatever color, I can still put some design in it. And it's going to be hard for you to see on camera, but if you look at it, you'll see that design has been etched into this, which is really cool. Okay, so there's that one. Let's do our second one. And the reason I'm going to do 2 of them, double the fun. No, it is double the fun. But the reason I'm doing 2 of them is because when it comes to putting the paint on these, I'm going to use some Tim Holtz Distress inks. But then I also want to use just regular acrylic paint. So we'll do some of that so we can have both. So that if you don't have these Tim Holtz Distress Oxide or inks, you don't need them. All you need is magazine and acrylic paint. Okay? So I want to show you both. And I really haven't, I know you can do it with your acrylic paints, but I haven't, I used to just use my sprays because it's so quick and easy. But your acrylic paints can be quick and easy too. And I think what I'll do is I'll put them on with a baby wipe. A baby wipe allows it to still be transparent, just like the Tim Holtz Distress inks. You want to be able to, you want it to be colored, you want to color it, but you want to be able to see through the whatever the images are through the paint. And by using a baby wipe when you put it on, it keeps it transparent. Okay. Did we get every little area on here? I think so. Okay, perfect. All right, so we got that done. And like I said, on the camera, you probably can't, I'm trying to get my paper towel. Is this a paper towel? Yeah. I'm sure you can't see that little design, but it's in there, okay? Also, you're now also just roughing up and mixing up your design a little bit, which is your first layer to this whole process. Okay, so the next layer of what you want to do is we want to add pieces onto here, okay, onto these 2 pages. So you can use any of your scraps, like if you, whatever scrap papers, jelly prints, printables, whatever, all your scraps. Get your scrap bag out for scraps. But also you can use magazine pages for this part too. So let's suppose you don't have a bunch of scraps, but you still have more magazine images, right? Find some more magazine images that have a lot of good color on them. So let's take this stencil, and I love this. Isn't this gorgeous? This is from the Nitpicks magazine. Oh, that's gonna be beautiful. Okay. Okay. And do I want to use anything else on here? No. But let's just cut this out, because this is going to be one of our things we collage on with. This is going to be one of our collage scraps that we use. So you can use the magazine images themselves to collage on top of what we're going to do. You'll see. So just get some other magazine images. Put those other 2 aside. These go aside, because these are going to be our base. Now go through and find some images that have color on them, okay? Or get your scrap bag out. Do both. Get your scrap bag out of all your jelly prints, paper pad, whatever you have for scraps. Plus, get out, do some magazine images, okay? Okay, sorry, guys, I get so excited that I start not explaining things well. Again, from the Nitpicks magazine. If Nitpicks saw what I did with their images, with their magazine, they'd be like, girl, I look at it first. Okay, there's another one. Throw the rest of it away. You know, this could be really cute too. See these little pumpkins right there? We'll do the pumpkins. Okay, so see how we're getting ourselves a nice little pile of magazine images that have been sanded over the stencil, which is perfect, and get that little stencil design in there. Fabulous. You can rip or cut this out. I'm just going to cut it out really quickly. Throw that in the trash. And I think I have one. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. I have 2 more. Let's just do both of them. Look how pretty that is. A little basket, instead of a basket of fruit, a basket full of yarn. Obsessed. Yes, I knit. That's why I have all this from Nitpicks. For those who don't know, Nitpicks is a yarn company that sells yarn and all the stuff that goes with it. And their magazines that they come out with, every time they come out with a new line of yarn, or just to advertise the yarn they carry, it's just beautiful. Okay, let's just do one more. Okay, and look how cool that looks already. So I got some holes in there. I've taken out some of the color, and then the design is in there too. So that's really cool. Okay, let's just cut this out quickly. Okay. Now, let's go through our scrap bag. So we have a nice little pile of magazine, little images with color on them. That's all you care about, okay? Is that they all have some color on them, and they've all been roughed up with this and the stencil. Okay. Now, let's suppose you don't even have any stencils. Find something that you can rub it over. Like if you have some embossing folders, you could do it on embossing folders. Just something, anything in the house that's flat that has a little bit of texture on it, just rub it over that. Or if you don't have a stencil at all, don't worry about it. Just rough up the image so you distort the image a little bit, because that's what you're really trying to do, is distort the image, but we're distorting the image with a stencil. You could just go over something flat and just go like this, okay? I always try to take, like if you don't have everything, try to take that out of the picture so that you can still do and participate in the art if you don't have everything I'm working with, okay? All right, so here are some images that we are going to use today. These are just a lot of jelly print scraps. I got some tickets here. We're going to put those on last. Got these from Sam's Club. A bunch more scraps. You want scraps with color, but if the scraps are just really cool, use those too. Like, these are really cool. They're still going to show up really good. Here's some more scraps. Okay. Now this is just one of my scrap bags. I make these out of file folders. Isn't this cool? I have a video on how to make this. It's not too far down from this video here. Okay, you make them out of file folders. And this is using jelly prints. Or my printables. Okay, so this is full of scraps. See? So let me just go through here really quickly and just see if I see any scraps that I want to use. See, I even have a magazine piece right there. Oh, here's another magazine piece that I did that I scraped over. See, this one's really cool. See, you can see the design in there. So that, I really probably should have used something that big for my when I sanded it. And I might bust that out here in just a second. We'll do it. I'll do it again and get that stencil out for sanding. So that's a really good sanding stencil. Cause see, do you see how? Let me get it out because it looks really, really open. The design is. All right, I'm just trying to see if there's any other scraps in here that I want. Love that. Okay. I think that's all. Oh, okay, yeah, I think that's everything in there. Now, let me pause it, and I'm going to get that other, we got enough scraps now. I'm going to grab that other stencil that has a more open design. So just a second. Okay, I just went down, of course, a rabbit hole of stencils here in my room, but just wanted to show you guys. So this is the one that I used. See how open that is? It really shows the design. So we're going to use that one. But see, these are how open I'm talking about that you really should have. Even more open than the one I used before. I just happen to have that one sitting here. So I thought, oh, I'll just use that one. And then this one. Okay. So I just pulled those. So let's just do this one more time with this on this one. Okay. Okay, there we go. So now you can see how it's really put that design in there. I love it. Okay, so let's do our other one. Just redo that really quickly. I'm going to choose a different one. Let's choose this one. Okay. Put this on top. The design was in there, but this just really gets the design going more. The more open the stencil is, the design. But like I said, if you don't have stencils, just take your your sanding block or a piece of sandpaper and sand over it. And that just starts distorting the picture, which is what you want. Also to knock off the shine off of this too. But you knock off the shine, you distort the picture, but at the same time, if you have a stencil or even an embossing folder or anything that has some impression on it, check that out. Isn't that cool? Love it. Okay. a second. Just organizing myself a little bit as we go along. All right, so now we're going to start collaging. Can I put those there? Yeah. We're going to start collaging with the images. We're done with this. Let's put this somewhere over here. And I always keep a magazine to the side of me. And I use that as a glue surface. So once I've used up that glue surface, I turn the page and I have a fresh, clean glue surface. And I don't ever have to worry about, you know, a sticky mess everywhere. So it's nice. Also, I keep some baby wipes on the side over here. And we're going to use those baby wipes for a technique too. All right, so let's start with my magazine images over here. You know what, this is the second one we're going to do, so I'm just going to put it underneath this. No, I won't. Let's put it to the side. Okay. Let's start with this, okay? And we're just going to add some, I want to get rid of the white lines. You still want to leave some of the natural, the original picture. We just want to add to this and make it even more interesting, okay? Especially this white part over here. That ain't gonna add nothing. So let's add this right there, okay? So what's kind of cool about this is I'm showing you how to make some collage papers of your own. At the same time, you get the collage still. So you're making collage papers and you're using collage technique to make your collage papers. Yes. This is collaging yourself to happiness. Collage happy, which is what this series is called. I think that'd be cool to have some shirts made up that say collage happy. You guys, you know what? I'm going to do that. I've been wanting to get my, some like mugs, t-shirts, cups, like other people do, with something on them, and I haven't done it. I always say get this in your life or get that in your life. So that's one saying. And then collage happy. Wouldn't that be cool? And then get some mugs that say collage happy on them. Oh, I would love that. If you have any comments about that, leave it below. Let me know. Let me get a sip of coffee. That's a pumpkin spice coffee from we're going to put this whole, well, no, not the whole piece. This is pumpkin spice coffee that I got from Winco. If you have a Winco in your state, oh my goodness. For one, just go there for the bulk section. The bulk section is the bomb. That's where I do most of my grocery shopping when I go to Winco. But in the bulk section, they have coffees, and I love their seasonal coffees. So what I do is throughout the fall season, it's my favorite time of their coffees that they have. I mean, I always get my coffees there, but the fall ones are the best in my opinion. Fall and Christmas ones. Christmas has some really good ones too. And so I kind of stock up for the year with my coffee from Winco during fall and Christmas time. And then I pretty much don't have to buy coffee for the rest of the year. And it's reasonable price. You get a nice big pound of coffee, a nice big bag for like $6. For really good coffee, that is not bad. And in my opinion, this coffee is better than Starbucks. I know you're gonna be like, what? But yeah, in my opinion. Now, I don't drink coffee every day. I drink maybe every other day, something like that. And because I don't do it to wake up, I just drink it because I love the flavors. So my coffee will last me for the whole year doing that. Okay, here's a jelly print. Let's do this. A little fragment of a jelly print. Which I think will be perfect right here. That's going to go right there. And my magazine. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I also, if I can reach it, I can. I have Asian newspapers that I get from Chinatown here in Las Vegas. And if you ever come here to visit, and you come here to visit to Las Vegas, go to Chinatown. It is fabulous. But I want to use some of this in my, like this strip right here. Isn't that cool? I want to add that in there. So, we'll add that in next. I love the Asian language and I love how it looks. I think it's beautiful, and I always try to add some Asian script in my art because I think it's fabulous. Okay. Cool. Now, am I trying to get everything looking right? No, all I'm caring about is adding really cool color and textures onto what I'm doing. That's what you're caring about, okay? So there is no wrong or right to this. And it's so relaxing. I mean, how fabulous. That's why I love collage. It's relaxing. I think it's super easy. And it's so meditative and healing to collage. And then we get to make papers and collage at the same time. Yes, ma'am. I'm here for it. All right, let's put that right there. And so while everybody else is buying their paper pads, you're making your paper. How cool is that? And you can use this for everything. You could not just make collages or mixed media. You can use this for junk journaling, for your art journaling, for your mixed media, for your collages, for card making. You can use this technique for everything. And then your projects are going to be so much more original than a lot of people's because you made the papers yourself. People are like, oh, I like that. I like that. You're like, thanks. And they can't get that. I'm going to use this little scrap here. Let me just cut off the white edge. Because nobody has time for white edges. Nobody wants to see a white edge. At least I don't. We'll put that right here at the bottom. We'll give that some interest. Nobody has time for white lines. I've said this a million times. You guys remember that song? If you're my age, I'm 50, what am I? 54. Good grief. Anyway, and in high school, we used to go to this place called Gold Rush on Sundays. And in the summer on Sundays. Or if it was going to be a holiday on Monday, Gold Rush would open. It was a nightclub for adults. But they'd open up for the teenagers every Sunday night. And during the school year, if Monday was a holiday. It was the best. And the song that everybody would get on the floor to and sing was White Lines. Is that so inappropriate? I barely knew what I was. I mean, I knew about cocaine, but I barely knew what I was even singing. But we're all singing White Lines. Oh, I miss those days sometimes. Okay, this piece is really cool. This is a jelly print. I had a blast in high school. I had an absolute blast. Loved it. I went to one high school, Tempe High School, my freshman year, and I went to Corona del Sol for sophomore through senior. And I actually loved my first school the best. I loved my second school too, but my first one I loved the most. You know, you look on TV and you're like, oh, I wish my high school was like that. That's how my high school was my freshman year at my first high school. I loved it. We had bonfires before the football games. Can you believe that? They let us have fires. What, are they crazy? But yeah, they let us have fires. Could have burned down the whole damn place. But yeah, I was a cheerleader and I was also in student council. And the student council part, we were the ones responsible. I'm going to put this. This is another piece, magazine piece. We were responsible for getting the bonfires started and everything. I'm not even lying, you guys. Bonfires. They wouldn't allow us to have no damn bonfire today. You're like, are you crazy? You don't have no bonfire. I wonder if they still do that at Tempe High School. That's funny. Okay. So I'm about done with this one. Okay. So that's what this one's looking like so far. All right. All right. So let's go to our other one that we had done, which is this one. And let's do some collage pieces on this one. I mean, did my parents even know I was at the club singing White Lines? They knew I was at that teen club. Well, it was a regular club, but it was teen night. Oh, such fun. So fun. I always loved dance. I was a cheerleader and a pommy in high school, and I was also in the dance company thing they had there. So I just love it, and I still dance every day. I do Zumba for my workout, and I love it. Before COVID, I went to Zumba at my gym, and I had all my Zumba friends. It was always like a party up in there. It was a blast. It was just it was a party for an hour, and I just loved it, and I miss all my Zumba friends from my gym, but I never returned, and I was there for a good, God, how long was I there for? 16, 17 years? Oh, loved it. Makes me want to cry when I think about it. I miss my friends from there. But we'll put this piece. This is another magazine piece. But because, you know, during COVID, I couldn't go to the gym. So and I already was doing this. I was already following a couple of different guys that did Zumba on YouTube, and I love them. And so I have a playlist. If you're interested in doing Zumba, it's an insanely good workout. You burn off 500 to 1,000 calories for 45 minutes to an hour workout. And I say approximate because everyone's a little bit different. So I do Zumba at the house, and I absolutely, and now my playlist is huge. I follow 2 different groups. It's a group of guys, and they're both used to all be together, but I think they broke up into 2 different groups. Anyway, it gives me more Zumba routines, and these routines are fabulous. I do miss my Zumba friends, but I love working out with these guys. They're just jamming. I mean jamming. It's like R&B, and it's Latin music. Some of it's Latin music and R&B mixed together. It's just like it's like you're at a club in your living room. I love it. I do it every day. I do it 5 days a week. I shouldn't say every day. I used to work out 6 days a week, but I'm 54 and my body can't handle that no more. So I had to go down to 5 days. Hey, 54 working out 5 days a week, I think that's damn good. So it's fun. I love it. And then for toning, I have, well, I was going to say 2, but I have 3. I have 3 Pilates machines. I know that's shameful, but I got these Pilates machines over a 20-year period. Okay, guys? Basically, I bought 2 of them on Easy Pay from QVC and HSN, and then my husband bought me one right before the pandemic. I said, why'd you buy this for me? He goes, I don't know. I felt like you needed a new piece of equipment. He's crazy. Well, you know what? I kept saying it. It's the Total Gym. And I kept saying it. It has a lot of stuff to do, like a lot of Pilates type of things. It's like mixing Pilates and weights, but it's all with bands. It's really nice. And I guess he goes, you kept saying that you wanted that machine. I said, yeah, but I wasn't saying it for you to buy it for me. He goes, well, I bought it. I'm like, thanks, honey bunch. Like I call them. Thanks, honey bunches of oats. That's what I call them now. I'm crazy. I'm always like, thanks, honey bunchy of oats. He don't even respond. He just is like, that's my wife. I don't know why I started calling him Honey Bunches of Oats. Anyway. I think he calls me Honey Bunch. So then I started calling him Honey Bunches of Oats. Okay. So anyway, that's what I do for my exercise. And I love it. It keeps me in good shape. It keeps me, more important than keeps me in good shape, it keeps me in good spirits. Because dancing, here's another little piece. Dancing is just really, really promotes a lot of those happy endorphins. So. And then I have a little ab workout that I like to do that involves a lot of lower abs, because that's where I need the most help, is lower abs. Once you have them damn kids, it messes with your lower abs. They got to shape real quick. And as long as I keep up with that, my abs don't look too bad. But as soon as I stop doing my little ab workouts, really, you know, focusing a good 10 minutes on them, here it goes. Little butterflies. Let's just put those on here somewhere. Okay. Let's put that right there. Just putting this in little spots that are not that interesting. I need to turn the page of my magazine. There we go. The little birdies outside are just going crazy. I love it. I might put this right here in the center. This is just taking a book page with my agent stencil. Isn't that cool? And I put these, I use these as little elements. And I was showing you how to make those. We'll be making little simple elements like that to put in our... So basically what I want to do is I just want to share with you guys. I've been doing this mixed media thing now for, I don't know, 13, 14 years. So I want to share all of my things that I've either discovered myself, learned from other people, and share them with you guys. Oh, let me remind you guys. Oh, you know what? Just one second. Let me see if I want to put this somewhere. I'm kind of getting, yeah, let's put this right here. What was I going to say? I was going to say something important. Oh, if you are liking, I want to start doing this. Instead of just saving it for the end. If you're liking what you say, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't joined my channel but you're just watching, hit the join also. Subscribe. If you haven't done it, subscribe to my channel. Also, hit the thumbs up right now. Hit the thumbs up so that at the end you don't forget. You can get that out of the way. Also, if you've ever wondered what that little $ is at the bottom, you can donate to the channel, which would be greatly appreciated if you feel called to do so. I'm going to put that little piece up there. If not, that's fine. But if you're called to do so, and you know, it's just supporting the channel. It's supporting me as an artist. And the more support I get, the more I can spend more time making videos like this and showing you guys all this type of stuff. And hopefully someday transfer the heck out of doing just my, I love eBay. I do eBay. That's basically my job. I have an eBay store. But I would love to do more of this, okay? And that would aid me greatly in being able to do more of this, okay? So that's what that little $ at the bottom is. Okay. Bam. Okay, so I think I have enough stuff. I could keep collaging this like an insane person, but I'm going to stop, put my magazine away. Okay, so the next step, oh, wait a minute. You know what I want to do? I'm not done with my magazine. I'm not done with any of that. I need to get my Eileen's Tacky, and we'll do this to both of them. I wanted to put some of this stuff on, some butterflies. Now I get, look at these beautiful butterflies. Aren't they gorgeous? All different sizes. I get them at Dollar Tree. They are in the gardening section, the floral section, yeah, which is, I know, weird, but that's where they put them at. You'd think they'd be in the craft. I've only found them in the craft section once or twice, mostly in the craft, mostly in the floral section. So let's put some butterflies in, just because they're fabulous. Now these are really thick cardstock, so for this I use some Eileen's Tacky. Okay, you can get this at Dollar Tree. And you guys, if when you get your Eileen's Tacky from Dollar Tree, pick up more than one, because I was like down to like my last bottle. I thought, oh, I better get some, and that was a while back, because I don't do that anymore. When I keep 5 or 6 bottles on hand, because when I went back to go get it, they didn't have it, and they didn't have it for like a month or two. I was like, oh, so the bottle I had lasted, but after that, I'm like, no, I'm going to keep 5 or 6 bottles on my shelf. And the reason I do stuff like that, it sounds a little bit obnoxious, but you guys, if it's what you do and you can get a good price and you're always using a product, girl, stock up. That's what I think. Because you're going to mess yourself over when you need it, and then you can't get it. And I could just go anywhere and get it, but this is, I like getting it for a good price. So that's my little spiel on that. Do I want to put, I was thinking about putting a big butterfly on here. We're doing it. We are doing it. And that's what I advise for any of your main stuff that you use. If you get it from Dollar Tree, like I use a lot of my double stick tape, which is expensive if you go to a craft store and get it, at Dollar Tree you get double stick tape for $1.25. Like, that's an insanely good deal. And they have it, but sometimes they don't have it. It'll be a month or two before they get it back in. So again, I keep stocked up on that, my glue sticks, all that main stuff. Get yourself a nice stash. And don't be feeling guilty about it either, because nobody feels guilty about it. Nobody really cares when you go to Dollar Tree and you can't find the stuff and you need it for your projects. Okay. Over the last, I've been crafting now for a good, well, my whole life, but seriously, like this, probably the last 13, 14 years. And I cannot tell you, and I'm singing to the choir here, but I love having a stash of stuff, because I don't have to go, when I want to do a project, I don't got to go to the store. I just go to my stash. and I can get it for the price I want if I buy, all the time. When I see things on clearance or at the Dollar Tree, I can get it at a good deal, All right, I'm going to put these tickets on there. Isn't that cool? I just love that. I might just put that right across. Well, where do I want this? Yeah, we're just going to go right there. These tickets also look really cool if you coffee stain them or use some Tim Holtz Distress ink. It makes them real vintage. Maybe use some coffee stain, and then around the edges use some Tim Holtz Distress inks, or just Tim Holtz Distress ink the whole thing. That is probably one of my favorite products, Tim Holtz Distress inks. The inks and the sprays. The oxides, the inks, the sprays, they are just, because they give you that old world look, which I love. Okay, so this is what we have now, okay? So you guys can see. All right, let's do it to our other one. How long have we been on here for? Ooh, 44 minutes. Today we might be on here for an hour and a half, you guys. What am I doing? Butterflies. Tickets. Ooh, this one has a lot of teal on it, so we're gonna put this big old butterfly on there. Yeah, I'm going to put some big ones on here because I use up all of my, in the package, I use up a lot of the smalls, and I need to start using up the big ones. Again, I know I tell you guys this all the time, but this is another thing to stock up on. I don't know if I said it or not already, but when you go to Dollar Tree and you find these in the floral section or the craft section, but you'll probably find them in the floral section, stock. These really don't come, these really aren't there all the time. Sometimes I find them too on the end caps. You find a lot of stuff on the end caps. When those Dollar Tree employees don't have anywhere to stick something, they're like, end cap. It don't matter what it is. This could be on the end cap in the kitchen section. They do not care. But you know, if I worked there too, I would probably care either. I'm trying to get this stuff out onto the floor, wherever it fits. So I can't say I blame them. All right, here's another one. Let's use some biggies. Look at that right there. Fabulous! So the next video I do this week, Collage Yourself Happy, we'll actually do a collage, and we'll be using these papers plus printables and some other jelly prints I've done. Oh, I wanted to announce that. There's a clickable link below, and it says where to get your printables. I have like this private Facebook group that I only use just for printables. And so now I'm going to keep it as and you can't even make comments on it. It's just where you can go and get free printables, you guys. So I have 2 sets on there right now from the last thing I did, from the last challenge I did. And I just added another set of printables on there. You're welcome to go there and get the printables. It's the type of printables that I like to do. I'll just show you. I do stuff like, I like everything to look very old world, okay? Stuff like this. These are scraps at this point, but like this. So if you're into like grungy old world, this is another one. Isn't that cool looking? So different stuff like this. I even do stuff like this that looks very vintage. Okay. There's another piece of it. So go in there, check it out. It's free. Okay. Glad I remembered to tell you guys that. Okay. Also, let me see if I want. Oh, I want to do one more green. Let's do one more green. I'm glad I'm using these big ones because, like I said, I have an overabundance of big ones. I don't know why I tend to try to use the small ones and not the big ones. Ridiculous. So when this video is over, go over to the site, and you'll have to ask to join, and then I'll accept you, and then you can download it. And I used to, you only had like a week or 2 to download, but once you're in the private Facebook group that you really can't make comments on, you just go there to get printables. You can just always check the site to go get free printables. Okay. And you'll just stay a part of that private group. I used to exit everybody out because I used it just for people to go get printables for a certain length of time, but now I'm changing it, the whole thing. So okay, so also I wanted to put some tickets on this one. Tickets! Do I want tickets on here? You know, we'll do it right there. Where did I say I wanted this? I think right here. Doesn't really matter, does it? Love a baby wipe. Okay, so the next step here is we are done gluing stuff on here. What we're going to do next is we're going to do some stamping. Put this away. Let me put my glue brush away. Let me put my Collage medium away because we are not going to need this anymore. We don't need that anymore. Okay. And then these are done. Let me put these away somewhere so I can put them back in my little bag. My bag full of goodies. And then this, I need to get a new baby wipe. Just a second, guys. I'm just doing a little cleanup here so I have room. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is some stamping. Where did I put the, oh, there we go. We're going to do some stamping. Now, you can do stamping here and or you can do mark making. Like, you know, like plus signs or crosses or equal signs or dashes, whatever. Okay, so you can also do that. In fact, let's just do some really quickly. I just have a Sharpie and we're going to do some crosses. But I really want to show you stamping because I love stamping. But I just want to show you that if you don't have a lot of stamps or stamps to do this with, you can just simply, let's get this gold pen. You can simply just do different, did I do cross? Okay, I did X's. We'll do crosses with this. You could do a circle with a thing. Okay. Okay, you can do equal signs. Did I do a circle? You could do circles with a, okay. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. All right, these are some really easy, see, marks. Pluses or crosses, circles with a thing through it, with a line through it, X's. I did them in gold too, right there. Okay. I could have used brown. I could have used teal markers, paint markers, whatever. Okay. So you can do that with mark making and be done. So I just made marks, but you can also use one of my favorite things, which is stamps. I love making marks too, but I love my stamps. So let me get out a couple of stamp pads. I was like, that's a couple. Girl, I could have taken out more. Okay. So here's this one. Doesn't matter which ones you use. But I would try to use, you don't have to be permanent, but I would try to make them permanent because we are going to be spraying or putting paint on them and we don't want to smear it. So try to use permanent ones. But if you don't, your design will still stay. It'll just smear, but it doesn't matter because you're doing grunge. So we're good. Okay, so my favorite stamp of all times, a lot of you guys know, is this script stamp. And that's what I'm going to do first. Okay, this is a script stamp. Some of you are like, oh, shocker. Who've been watching me forever. Y'all know, I like a script stamp. Asian script, and then just any old script stamp. Like cursive. I am there for it. I love this pad because I love the color, but also it's so juicy. It's so juicy. That sounded nasty. I shouldn't be talking like that. Juicy. What the heck am I saying? Okay, so I love that. And then look at this. Isn't that cool? I spent some money on this. I'm using this one. I was on QVC, which I shouldn't have been. And this was, I think, Tim Holtz. And I went nuts. And I spent like $25 on this stamp set. But look, it was this one. HSN. This one. There was a few more on it too. This one. You know, those kind of stamps are everything. And I don't mind spending money on stuff like stamps, stencils, molds, because it allows you to keep doing things over and over and over. Where did I put the... I just dropped something. Oh well. I'll get it out. That looks cool. Let's do this one. And if you do art journaling or junk journaling, those could be really cool. Especially if you like to do like grungy, vintagey type of art journaling or junk journaling or card making. Cool. Fabulous. Okay, we'll put this one right here. And then look at this, like a ledger. Isn't that fabulous? As soon as I seen that, I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I was like, you're about to spend 25 bucks on some stamps. Now, I like to get all my stuff on clearance, as you guys know, but if I can't, and something's super cool, and it's like a stamp thing I can use over and over and over and over, like an insane person like I do, then I think it's worth buying. Because if you use it a lot, I like this. I like this thing. If you use it a lot, it's free. When people are like, girl, you're full of crap. It ain't free. But you've reduced the cost because you've used it. What is that? Price per wear? There you go. I totally believe in that. I needed to use a little bit darker. I'm basically using these two because I need the darkness of these two. These two are really cool. Look how cool those colors are. But they're kind of, they're not really light, but they're kind of light for this. So there we go. All right, so a couple more stamps. Love this. These are two Diane Reevely stamps I got it Tuesday morning. Aren't they fabulous? Yeah, obsessed with those. We're going to use these two, and then we're going to use my calligraphy nib one, which is another one of my faves. Oh, how cool. Look at that. Love it. And then I usually try to like just stamp it off. There we go. And then let's use this one. Isn't that cool? Again, another Diane Reevely one. That's some other collage art that I want to do with you guys. Is some Diane Reevely. And then for the focal points, you make these dolls with magazine images. And again, it's collage. I don't use these two stamps enough. I need to use these more because they are cool as you know what. They're cool as hell. I need to be using these. And this is cool. I just used this upside down. It don't matter. Okay. Now I'm going to do one of my calligraphy nib ones, whatever one I pick up. There we go. See how, I'm going to bring this up closer. See how stamping has already changed the game? Just by doing all the stamping and mark making over this. Look how we've already changed this from what it originally was. Which was nothing but a magazine page. It just amazes me whenever I do it. Oh, my window's open. It's my husband. Okay. And I'm just going to keep going until it's off. Then you get little shadows. That's why I keep stamping, especially in something like this. It's kind of cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause you guys because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp the hell out of this one. Okay, but off camera just to save on some time. Okay, guys? And then we'll be right back. Okay, so see you in a second. Okay, guys, I've gone nuts on both of these with all of the stamping. Okay, so I did a whole bunch of stamping. Well, I did the stamping with you guys on this one, right? Look how cool it looks. And remember what we started with? And look how quickly. Oh, I love it just like this. Okay, now this is the part where we're going to use some super heavy gesso. Now here's the different choices. You can use super heavy gesso. You can use modeling paste. You can use, from Dollar Tree, they have a lightweight spackle in the hardware section. You can use that. You can look up how to make your own homemade heavy gesso or just regular gesso. You can also look up how to make molding paste, okay? And it's easy. It's simple household ingredients. Okay. But I always like to tell you guys things like that so that you can have different choices. Now, you can, if you don't have any stencils, you do need some heavy gesso or the molding paste or the lightweight spackle. You can just take your spackle, and what you're going to do is you're going to go like this. You just want it to look really haphazard and messy. And not, you still want to see plenty of stuff, so you're just going to put it here and there. Or you can also put it through a stencil. Now, this is the part, this is one of the parts, there's lots of different parts of Amy's style that I used, and there's parts I didn't. Like, she didn't do this through a stencil. She just put it on through like this. So I thought, what if we do it through a stencil and do some stencil-y designs? Yes, ma'am. This is cool. Check that out. Isn't that going to be cool? I think so. Now, be careful because you don't want it everywhere. You just want it here and there. Okay, because you still want to see plenty of everything. Okay, that's cool. And then, where is my baby wipe? There we go. Just a second. Let me wet my baby wipes. Are getting dried out. Okay. I have this script one, which I thought would be cool. One time I forgot to clean that. It still works. Thank goodness I didn't ruin it. I looked over and I said, why did I not rinse that off or wipe it off? What the heck? Had a brain fart of some sort. Didn't do it. Okay. How cool. So, and then again, I could just take, and when you do this, you're just creating a nice little grungy look. Okay. There we go. So that's what this looks like. Okay. So let me wipe. While you guys are here, I'm going to wipe these off. So at least I can get the stuff off of them. And then I'll give them a really good rinse afterwards. But until then, I need to do as good as I can right now. In fact, let me pause you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I just cleaned up those stencils. Now on this one, instead of going through a stencil, I'm just going to use my super heavy gesso and just go like this. And this is how I originally learned it, was just taking your super heavy gesso, I kind of hit that butterfly a little heavy. I didn't want it to be that heavy. Your lightweight wall spackle from Dollar Tree, or modeling paste. Whatever you can do just to give yourself, make yourself some texture. Okay. So there we go. So you don't have to use a stencil. You can just put it on. And if you don't have one of these are great. You get these at Dollar Tree at the smaller ones like this at Easter time, and the pretty little pink ones. But if not, you can just use a you know, a business credit card or whatever little card you have. Okay. And scrape it on. So what we're going to do, this needs to dry. There's that one. And then this one. So I'm going to sit here with my well, we got to, you're going to do paint both of them because I want to use acrylic paint on one and sprays on the other. I will sit here and dry these. I'll pause you guys because nobody wants to watch heavyweight gesso dry. So let me get my my heat gun out. I'll dry these and I'll be back. Okay, you guys, I have got these all dried. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, the next part is just, we're almost finished, is the coloring part, to color these. We're going to use some Tim Holtz Distress sprays, okay? You could also use, if you have the dabbers, you could use the dabbers too, like these, okay? That's a blast from the past, huh? I haven't seen him use those forever. Okay, so we're going to use gathered twigs, and this is Distress Oxides. He has distress sprays, he has distress oxides. You need to spray these with water and then you get the oxidation. Instead of just spraying with water, I spray with coffee. So what you can do is I get these spray bottles are fabulous. They come in pink, light baby blue. They're beautiful. Pick up a few of them. They don't always have them. But anyway, get yourself a spray bottle from Dollar Tree. Then go to the kitchen section and get some instant coffee. You need to measure out 1 cup of coffee, 3/4 cup of water. No. 3/4 cup of instant coffee, 1 cup of water. And what that'll do is it'll make a really nice strong solution for you, for your coffee. And you can just coffee stain paper right at your table, okay? But instead of using just water to start the oxidation, I use the coffee, okay? So that's a fabulous thing. So I'm going to use Distress Oxide gathered twigs. Now, if you just have the Distress inks and they're not oxides, that's fine too. Still spray it with coffee. Because if you just use the regular distress sprays, you're going to get a distress look. This time you get a distress and an oxide look, but then you get that coffee added to it. Let's see what else I want to use. What else do I got here? I'm going to use the speckled eggs. I just got this one. Distress Oxide spray, speckled eggs. See what color? See how it's... I love these colors. They're just very muted. I might use Hickory Smoke. What else do I got here? Ooh, some mica. I'm gonna use some mica, some distressed mica spray. And that's probably good right there. Those 3 will be good. I might use the antique linen, okay? Do I have... Just a second. Oh, instead of using antique linen, I'm going to use Shabby Shutters. Ooh, I love that. I love a good putty color. I basically love mud. That's what I love. Okay. Let's use some of these sprays. And I have to say, when you do the spraying, it's so quick. So nice and quick. Also, I keep paper towels to the side of me and also pieces of cloth. And I clean them up with these over and over and over. And then I have dyed fabric and dyed paper towels that I use in my mixed media. And I'll show you guys that kind of stuff soon. Okay, and then let's spray some coffee on that so that it can start. If you don't have the coffee, you can just spray water. That's what it was originally meant to do. You know, I haven't even opened this one up. Let's get this one opened up. Just a second. Okay. All right. So this one is speckled eggs. And I've never used this. I just got this at the clearance. You guys, you know, we all shop that. A lot of us shop that Hobby Lobby clearance. 75% off the Tim Holtz stuff. Yes, ma'am. And then let's do some Shabby Shutters. Go like this, and that makes sure that stuff doesn't get caught up in the straw. Okay, and again, coffee on the whole thing. Also, let's do some mica spray. And this may be, you may see this, you may not. The micro spray is basically for myself. Okay, and then let's let this run, which is really the magic of letting it run. And they run all into each other. You know what? I need to... There we go. Let's let it run the other way too. That's where the magic really happens, when everything starts running into each other. All right, so we're going to set this one aside, let it dry. And I will go off camera and dry that for you so you guys can see that. So because it oxidizes, and when it oxidizes and it's dry, it comes out different. I want you guys to see the final results of that. Okay, now we have our other one. Okay, and so we don't need the distress inks anymore. We're going to use acrylic paint and baby wipes. So if you don't have any of these distress oxides, oops, don't stress, because you don't need it. You can just have, really, for any technique, for a lot of techniques, you don't need any of these distress oxide, these sprays. If you have acrylic paints, that is all you need. And you can go to Walmart, which always has the 50 cents paints, and pick yourself up a bunch of colors that you love, and that's all you really need. So when I show techniques, I'm always going to try to make sure that I show them with the 50 cent Walmart. Now, the craft stores also have the acrylic paints cheap, but Walmart has them the cheapest. Okay, I'm just cutting my baby wipes in half, you guys, because I don't need a whole baby wipe for this technique. Okay, so I'm going to take, you guys know my favorite kind of colors. Red ochre, we're going to use some of that. Let's put a little bit right there. This putty color. Now, these aren't craft paints, these ones I'm using right now. These are Master's Touch, a bunch of these. There's that one. Here's the red ochre. Now, you can get these on clearance for 75% off, some of them. Look out for those when they do that. But every other week they have them. They were having them 50% off. But now I think it's only going to be 40. You know. Now, this is an acrylic paint. It's a big one. I picked this up for $1.49. This is really like $6. I'm telling you, Hobby Lobby and those clearances. Hit those clearances when they have those. They always start in January. Well, now they're all year round. They used to always start in January and last until March, and then they pick up some more in the summer. Now they just seem like they have them all the time. Okay. And, oh, I wanted to try, where is it? I haven't used it. Oh, I want to try this too. I haven't used it. This ochre color. I got this for $2.49, regularly $10 on clearance. Good deal. Just a second. I've never used it, so. And I wanted to see this color. I just did that with my mouth, so I hope I didn't end up with paint in my mouth. That would not be good. That would be quite nasty. Oh, it's real similar to, it's called red oxide, and it's the thick body paint. I bought a whole bunch of those. And there's another one where I wanted to try this one. Oh, okay, this is raw sienna, but I'm not going to get this one out because I have enough of those kind of colors. But there was another one, and it was a brown. Where the heck is it? I thought I pulled it. I guess I didn't pull it. Oh, darn it, I wanted to try that one. Oh well, I'll try it on the jelly plate. That makes you mad. Let me just see if I don't have it right here. I get myself all prepared for these videos, and then, you know, I always forget some darn thing. Alright, I can't find it, of course, when I want it. Anyway. Oh, I want a dark brown. Here's another brown here. Now, I probably have way too many paints out. I always have too much of everything out, but. All right, so first let's go with the brown. I always go with brown first. A little bit of brown acrylic paint on a baby wipe, okay? When you put something on with a baby wipe like this, it keeps it so it's nice and see-through, nice and translucent. See? Now, if you were just to put this on regularly without the baby wipe, it would like start covering everything. So now it's coloring it without acting like a spray. That's what a baby wipe does. Let's get one of these red ochre or sienna colors. I'm not sure which one this one is. And if it gets to be too much on there, just turn your baby wipe over and wipe some off. Fabulous. Okay. Let's get some of this teal color going. Because there's teal in here. Oh, I love that. Okay. And a little bit of this putty color. And especially this putty color could be good for if anybody feel like it's gotten a little bit dark, you can just lighten that up a little bit. Maybe just want to colorize it a little bit. Fabulous. And then I want to go back to this brown, of course. A little bit of brown anywhere is fabulous. There we go. This looks a lot better with that right there. Cool. And you can always go back and just keep playing with your colors if you feel like you need more. Like I feel like I need more of this brown. Of course I do. Tim Holtz isn't the only one that loves brown. I love brown as much as Tim Holtz does. Even if he uses color, he still adds brown. And I just love that. There we go. That's it. So now we have all these baby wipes. In fact, what we can do, let me show you something else. We're going to dry all this. But let me show you another little key thing. Keep a book, either an art journal or just a book. And this is just a book, okay? So that you can take and create more pages and more paper by taking your leftover paint and just putting it in a book, okay? In a regular old book, and then you can use these pages either to collage on as an art journal, or this can be just pages that you keep adding to, stamping, leftover stamping, and pretty soon you got collage paper that you didn't even work hard on making at all. It's just all made from your leftovers. And then you're never wasting paint. Okay. And there's a lot of paint left on a baby wipe. And you could just keep going and going like an insane person until all of it's gone. But that's good enough because we ain't got all day here. Okay. Pick up the rest of this teal. Bam. And then we need to get some of this beige off of here. And then we have brown. I mean, I just love that. Look at how cool this looks already. If I keep going, I can just get this whole page done up real quick. Now I'm just going to take this one and just go over. And look at this. You have the start of an art journal page and or collage collage paper. You can stamp on top of this. You could just, if you have some leftover bits, glue those down really quick. And one day you're going to look up and say, oh my God, I absolutely love that. And either use it as an art journal page or use it as collage fodder, collage pages. Okay. And I see I kept doing this. I need to add some stamping to this real quick, or add some collage to it real quick. And pretty soon I'm going to have collage papers, or I'm going to have an art journal page. Okay. All right. And I just keep this to the side of me so that I don't ever waste paint. Also, what am I doing? Throwing these away. Let me show you something. Also, don't throw these away either. You guys are like, Angela, you're going to drive me crazy. I'm not going to throw anything away. Let me just finish wiping this down. My glass mat. You want this glass mat, HSN, $25, Crafter's Companion. Okay, save these. Do not wipe. Look how cool this looks. This is like basically like dyed fabric now. You can use these in your collage. So I don't throw these away either. I did throw them away for a second, but I'm like, what are you doing? See? And these are the beginnings of, and these are like little pieces of dyed fabric now, which we're going to use in our collage. Okay, so save all these, let them dry, and then have a nice little pile, and then keep pulling them out till they look like how you want them to look. Like I still want to re-dye these, so I always just keep these to the side. I even do that with paper towels. Okay, whenever I have sprays and all that, I just start wiping them up with the paper towel and pieces of actual fabric. That's how I've gotten this. Isn't that cool? And again, I'll show you how to use all of this in collages, and it looks real cool and grungy and yummy. Okay. One other thing. Remember I told you I wanted to do some Diane Reevely, or this other lady, what's her name? Anyway, all with magazines and sprays and stuff. And I want to make some of the girls, like the funky paper doll girls, and they'll be like the focal point. Well, there's this magazine called Johnny Was. You guys get this in your life. The clothes are phenomenal, but the girls, they're the right size to make these paper dolls that will be your focal points in this Diane Reevely type of art. Okay? You'll need bodies, you'll need heads, because you're going to put different heads on different bodies. But and different legs on people, but see that the sizes are right. Look at this. See, the bodies are right. Okay. Plus, you can use this for collage fodder. See. So, and then they're wearing the most fabulous clothes. Okay. So get this magazine. You can do it online. It's called Johnny Was California. Okay. And it has great collage stuff in it. But this magazine is yummy. Okay, and you get it for free. Nothing's better than free. Okay, so the one that we were doing, oh, it looks good. Yeah, I don't even need to dry it. It already dried enough that it started doing its oxidation. Check it out. Isn't it beautiful? You guys, this is the one that we did the Tim Holtz sprays. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't this going to be so yummy in our, when we collage? And look, it was made out of a magazine. Crazy. And then this is what this one looks like. It's dried now too some. Is the one with the acrylic paint and a baby wipe. So remember that. So if you're doing any other type of mixed media art or collaging, if you want to be able to see what's underneath it, use a baby wipe with the acrylic paint. And it basically turns it into a spray. Like a Tim Holtz spray or any of the sprays, because you can now see through it still too. So I love this. I hope you guys like this. I'm trying to think, am I missing anything? I think I'm done. That's crazy. Okay, well, we're an hour and a half, so I should be done by now. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you don't have I'd love for you to make a comment, but if you don't have time to make a comment, just hit the thumbs up button, you guys, okay? If you guys, we have a group called Our Magical Little Place. please, you guys, make some of these, make some of this collage paper. We're going to use this in a collage later on this week. Take pictures of this so that you have printables for yourself. Not take a picture, copy these on your copy machine so you have printables for yourself, so you can have a nice pile. What you want to do is create a bunch of collage papers for yourself and have a nice pile of collage papers, okay? So make sure that you make prints of this so you have your own collage papers, okay? You have your own nice little stash. So you can collage with the ones you make prints out of these copies, but you can also use the originals and then collage with those. And there's a group called Our Magical Little Place. Please, you guys, make some of these. Collage yourself happy. Join the group called Our Magical Little Place. The clickable link is below. And take pictures and share it with us so we can be inspired by your magazine grungy collage papers that you've made. Also, oh, if you're so inclined, there is that little $ at the bottom if you want to donate to the channel. I would love for you to do that if you would like to. And I will see you in the next couple of days. We're going to take these papers, and I have a bunch more over here, plus some other collage papers, and we're going to do an art journal page, or we'll do a canvas. I'm not sure which one I want to do yet, and we'll do that. So look forward to that in the next couple of days. But until then, make some of these up for yourself, collage yourself happy, join the group, Our Magical Little Place, and share it with us all, okay? I think that's it for today. I think I've talked way too much, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.